Hello friends, welcome back to Old Coins News. In today's video, we will talk about some interesting US quarter coins, 1899, 1920s, 1927, and 1928D. These coins feature famous words like liberty, in God we trust, and e pluribus unum. But did you know that some of them can be quite rare and valuable for collectors? So make sure to watch the video till the end, and if you love old and rare coins, don't forget to like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. The 1899 Barber Quarter is a historic American coin that comes from one of the most important coin series of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. This coin belongs to the well-known Barber coinage, which included the dime, quarter, and half-dollar designs that circulated widely across the United States between 1892 and 1916. The Barber coin designs are named after the chief engraver of the United States Mint, Charles E. Barber, who created the design for the obverse and reverse of these coins. The 1899 Barber Quarter represents an era when American coinage emphasized classical imagery, symbolism, and national pride. During the late 19th century, the United States Mint decided to update several of its coin designs that had been in use for many years. After a design competition that failed to produce a satisfactory external design, the responsibility was given to Charles E. Barber to create new coinage designs. His work resulted in the Barber series, which included the quarter dollar issued beginning in 1892. The design remained in use for nearly 25 years and became one of the most recognizable coins in American circulation at the time. The obverse, front, of the 1899 Barber Quarter features a profile portrait of Lady Liberty facing right. Liberty is shown wearing a classical cap known as a Phrygian cap, which is wrapped with a laurel wreath and a ribbon. The ribbon carries the word liberty. This type of imagery was inspired by classical Greek and Roman art, reflecting the ideals of freedom and democracy that influenced the American nation. Around the outer edge of the obverse are 13 small stars representing the original 13 colonies that formed the United States. Above Liberty's head appears the national motto, "In God We Trust," while the year 1899 appears at the bottom of the coin. The reverse, back, design of the 1899 Barber Quarter features a heraldic eagle, a powerful national symbol of the United States. The eagle spreads its wings proudly while holding arrows in one talon and an olive branch in the other. The arrows represent military strength and readiness to defend the nation, while the olive branch symbolizes peace. Above the eagle's head appears the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, which translates to out of many, one. This motto reflects the unity of the American states forming a single nation. Surrounding the design are the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar. The 1899 Barber Quarter was produced at several different United States Mint facilities. Coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the New Orleans Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint typically do not have a mint mark, while those from New Orleans carry the letter O and those from San Francisco carry the letter S. The mint mark is located on the reverse side of the coin beneath the eagle's tail feathers. Each mint produced coins for different regions of the country, and the number of coins struck varied depending on economic demand. The coin itself is made of 90% silver and 10% copper, which was the standard composition for United States silver coins during that period. This combination allowed the coin to maintain durability while still containing valuable precious metal. The 1899 Barber Quarter weighs approximately 6.25 grams and has a diameter of about 24.3 millimeters. Like many American coins of the time, it features a reeded edge, which consists of small vertical grooves around the rim. These grooves were originally designed to prevent people from shaving off small amounts of silver from the coin. The mintage numbers for the 1899 Barber Quarter vary depending on the mint where the coin was produced. The Philadelphia Mint struck several million coins, making it the most common version. However, coins from other mints may have lower mintages and therefore attract greater attention from collectors. In many cases, coins from the New Orleans or San Francisco mints are harder to find in high-grade condition due to heavy circulation and smaller production numbers. During the late 19th century, the United States economy was expanding rapidly due to industrial growth, railroads, and increasing commerce. Coins such as the 1899 Barber Quarter played an essential role in everyday transactions. At that time, a quarter dollar represented significant purchasing power compared with today. People used these coins to buy goods, pay for services, and conduct business in markets and stores across the country. Because these coins circulated widely, many became worn over time, making well-preserved examples much rarer today. Collectors evaluate coins like the 1899 Barber Quarter using a grading system that measures their level of preservation. The grading scale ranges from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. Coins graded poor are extremely worn and may show only faint outlines of the design. Coins graded fine, F, or very fine, VF, still display recognizable details but may have moderate wear on Liberty's hair, the wreath, and the eagle's feathers. Higher grades such as extremely fine, XF, and about uncirculated, AU, indicate coins with minimal wear and strong design details. The most valuable examples are mint state coins that were never circulated and still retain their original mint luster. The value of an 1899 Barber Quarter depends heavily on its condition and mint mark. A heavily circulated coin might only be worth its silver content plus a small collector premium. However, coins in better condition can be worth significantly more. High-grade coins, especially those with clear details and original surfaces, can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the numismatic market. One reason collectors are fascinated by the Barber Quarter series is that it represents a transitional period in American coin design. While the Barber designs were respected for their classic appearance, some critics felt they lacked the artistic creativity seen in later coin designs. In the early 20th century, the United States began introducing more artistic coin designs created by well-known sculptors. This movement eventually led to the replacement of the Barber Quarter in 1916 by the Standing Liberty Quarter, designed by Herman Atkins McNeil. The Standing Liberty design introduced a more dynamic and symbolic representation of liberty. Despite being replaced, the Barber Quarter remains an important part of American numismatic history. Coins like the 1928 D Standing Liberty Quarter is an important and historically fascinating coin from early 20th century American coinage. It belongs to the famous Standing Liberty Quarter, a design widely admired by collectors for its beauty and symbolism. The Standing Liberty Quarter replaced the earlier Barber Quarter and represented a major artistic improvement in the design of United States coins. The coin was designed by the talented American sculptor Herman Atkins McNeil, whose goal was to create a design that symbolized both freedom and national strength. The 1928 D Standing Liberty Quarter was minted at the historic Denver Mint, which is why it carries the D Mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. During the early 20th century, the Denver Mint was an important branch of the United States mint system, responsible for producing coins for circulation across the western states. Coins struck at the Denver Mint often carry lower mintages compared with those produced at the Philadelphia Mint, making certain Denver issues more desirable to collectors today. The obverse, front, of the 1928 D Standing Liberty Quarter features a striking and artistic image of Lady Liberty standing between two tall gateways or pillars. Liberty holds a shield in her left hand, symbolizing protection and defense of the nation, while her right hand holds an olive branch representing peace. This combination of imagery reflects the ideals of the United States during the period following World War I, when the nation sought both strength and peace. Above Liberty's head appears the word liberty. To the right of the figure is the national motto, "In God We Trust." At the bottom of the design, the date 1928 is clearly displayed. The reverse, back, of the coin shows a majestic American eagle flying powerfully across the field of the coin. The eagle, a long-standing national symbol of the United States, represents freedom, courage, and independence. Above the eagle appears the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This motto symbolizes the unity of the United States as a nation made from many states and diverse people. Surrounding the design along the edge are the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar. The D Mint mark appears beneath the eagle on the reverse side, identifying the coin as a product of the Denver Mint. Like most United States silver coins of that era, the 1928 D Standing Liberty Quarter was made from 90% silver and 10% copper. This composition was used to ensure durability while maintaining the intrinsic value of silver coinage. The coin weighs approximately 6.25 grams, has a diameter of about 24.3 millimeters, and features a reeded edge with small grooves around the rim. Reeded edges were originally used to prevent people from shaving small amounts of precious metal from coins, a practice that was common in earlier centuries. The total mintage of the 1928 D Standing Liberty Quarter was approximately 1,627,000 coins. While this number is not the lowest in the series, it is still considered relatively small compared with many other U.S. coins produced during the 20th century. Because many of these coins circulated heavily during everyday commerce, finding well-preserved examples today can be difficult. As a result, higher-grade specimens are often highly valued by collectors and coin enthusiasts. One interesting feature of the Standing Liberty Quarter series is the way the design evolved after its introduction. When the coin was first issued in 1916 and early 1917, the design showed Liberty with an exposed chest. Some members of the public felt that this design was inappropriate, and later in 1917 the design was modified to add chain mail armor covering Liberty's chest. By the time the 1928 D coin was produced, this modified design had already been in use for many years. The armored Liberty was meant to symbolize both readiness for defense and the protection of freedom. Another challenge with Standing Liberty Quarters is that the date on the coin often wears away easily because it is located on a raised area of the design. After years of circulation, many coins lost their visible date completely. Collectors today often search for examples where the date is still clear and readable. Coins with a strong, visible date and sharp details are much more desirable in the collector market. The condition of a coin plays a major role in determining its value. Coin collectors and professional grading companies use a grading scale that ranges from poor P1 to mint state MS70. A coin graded poor may have heavy wear and only faint traces of the design remaining. Coins graded fine F or very fine VF still show significant details but may have noticeable wear on Liberty's figure and the eagle's feathers. Coins graded extremely fine XF or about uncirculated AU display much sharper detail, with only minor wear on the highest points of the design. The most valuable coins are those graded mint state, which means they were never circulated and still retain their original mint luster. The value of a 1928 D Standing Liberty Quarter varies widely depending on its condition. A heavily worn example may be worth only a modest amount above its silver value. However, coins in better condition can be worth significantly more. Collectors often pay hundreds of dollars for high-grade examples, and particularly well-preserved coins can reach much higher prices at auctions. The Standing Liberty Quarter series itself is considered one of the most beautiful coin series ever produced by the United States Mint. The design reflected a movement during the early 20th century to improve the artistic quality of American coins. Earlier coins designed by Charles E. Barber had been criticized by some artists and collectors for lacking creativity. The introduction of the Standing Liberty Quarter marked a shift toward more detailed and symbolic designs that celebrated American ideals. The series continued until 1930, after which it was replaced by the Washington Quarter. This new coin honored George Washington and was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of his birth. Although the Washington Quarter remains in circulation today, many collectors still believe that the Standing Liberty Quarter was one of the most elegant designs ever used on a U.S. coin. Today, the 1928 D Standing Liberty Quarter is considered an important collectible coin. It represents not only the artistry of early 20th century American coin design, but also a fascinating period in the nation's economic and cultural history. Each surviving coin has traveled through decades of history, passing from hand to hand in everyday transactions before eventually becoming a valued collectible. For numismatists and coin enthusiasts, owning a 1928 D Standing Liberty Quarter is like holding a small piece of history. The coin reflects the craftsmanship of the United States Mint. The 1920s Standing Liberty Quarter is one of the historic and collectible coins from the early 20th century in the United States. This coin belongs to the famous Standing Liberty Quarter series, which replaced the earlier Barber Quarter design. The Standing Liberty Quarter was created during a time when the United States wanted to redesign many of its coins to reflect stronger artistic beauty and national pride. The design of this coin was created by sculptor Herman Atkins McNeil, whose artistic style emphasized classical symbolism and powerful imagery representing freedom and strength. The 1920s quarter dollar was produced at the San Francisco Mint, which is why the coin carries the S Mint mark. The Mint mark is a small letter located on the reverse side of the coin near the bottom. During the early 20th century, the San Francisco Mint played an important role in producing coins for circulation across the western United States and international trade. Coins struck there are often popular with collectors because many had smaller mintages compared to coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The obverse, front, design of the 1920s Standing Liberty Quarter is one of the most artistic coin designs ever issued in American coinage. It shows the figure of Lady Liberty standing confidently between two large vertical pillars. Liberty is holding a shield in her left hand, symbolizing the nation's readiness to defend freedom, while her right hand extends forward holding an olive branch, representing peace. This dual symbolism of strength and peace reflects the values that the United States wanted to portray during the period following World War I. The word liberty is displayed prominently at the top of the coin, while In God We Trust appears to the right side of liberty. The year 1920 is shown at the bottom. The reverse, back, design of the coin features a majestic eagle flying across the field. The eagle represents American freedom, power, and independence. Above the eagle appears the Latin motto E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. This phrase reflects the unity of the United States, formed from many states and diverse people. Around the outer edge of the reverse design are the words United States of America and quarter dollar. The design is elegant and balanced, and the eagle in flight became one of the most admired images in American coinage. The 1920s Standing Liberty Quarter was struck using 90% silver and 10% copper, which was the standard metal composition for U.S. silver coins at that time. The coin weighs approximately 6.25 grams and has a diameter of about 24.3 millimeters. The edge of the coin is reeded, meaning it has small vertical grooves around the edge. These reeds historically helped prevent people from shaving small amounts of silver from the coin's edge. In terms of mintage, the 1920s Standing Liberty Quarter had a production of approximately 1,836,000 coins. Compared with many other quarters produced during that era, this is considered a relatively low mintage. Because of this smaller production number and the fact that many coins were heavily used in circulation, surviving examples in good condition can be quite valuable today. Most coins from this year were used in everyday commerce, meaning many became worn and damaged over time. High-grade examples with strong details and minimal wear are especially prized by collectors. The Standing Liberty Quarter series itself experienced a small design modification shortly after its introduction. Early versions from 1916 and early 1917 showed Liberty with an exposed chest, which some members of the public considered controversial. Later in 1917 the design was modified to add chain mail armor covering Liberty's chest. By the time the 1920s coin was produced, the revised design with the protective armor was already standard. Another interesting feature of the Standing Liberty Quarter is that the date on many coins often wore away easily due to circulation. Because the date was placed on a raised area of the coin, it was one of the first details to disappear with heavy use. For collectors today, coins with a clearly visible date are much more desirable than those with worn or missing dates. Collectors often grade the condition of coins using a scale that ranges from poor P1 to mint state MS70. A heavily circulated 1920s Standing Liberty Quarter may only show partial details of Liberty and the eagle. However, coins graded very fine VF or extremely fine XF still display much of the original design detail. Coins graded mint state MS are those that were never circulated and still retain their original luster from the mint. The value of a 1920s Standing Liberty Quarter can vary widely depending on its condition. A well-worn example might be worth several tens of dollars because of its silver content and collectible appeal. However, higher-grade specimens can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Extremely rare, well-preserved coins with strong details and original mint luster are highly sought after by serious numismatists. Another reason the 1920s coin is important is that the Standing Liberty Quarter series represents a major shift in American coin design toward more artistic and symbolic imagery. Earlier coins, such as those designed by Charles E. Barber, were sometimes criticized for being less visually impressive. The new Standing Liberty design introduced a fresh and modern artistic approach that many collectors still admire today. Over time, the Standing Liberty Quarter series became one of the most beloved coin designs in American history. Although the series only lasted until 1930, it left a lasting impact on coin design. In 1932, the series was replaced by the Washington Quarter, which honored George Washington on the obverse. Today, the 1920s Standing Liberty Quarter remains an important piece of American numismatic history. It represents a time when coin design combined symbolism, artistry, and national identity. For collectors, owning such a coin means holding a small piece of history from more than a century ago. Each coin tells a story about the economic life of the early 20th century, the craftsmanship of the United States Mint, and the enduring symbols of liberty and unity. Because of its historical significance, relatively limited mintage, and beautiful design, the 1920s Standing Liberty Quarter continues to attract interest from coin collectors around the world. Whether found in a private collection, a coin auction, or an old family coin box, This quarter remains a fascinating reminder of America's past and the artistry of its coinage. The 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter is an important and historically meaningful coin from the early 20th century and belongs to one of the most admired coin series ever produced in American numismatic history. This coin is part of the famous Standing Liberty Quarter, which replaced the older Barber Quarter design. The Standing Liberty Quarter series is widely respected among collectors because of its artistic beauty, powerful symbolism, and its representation of American ideals during a period of major historical change. The design of the coin was created by the talented American sculptor Herman Atkins McNeil, whose goal was to portray liberty as a strong yet peaceful guardian of the nation. The 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter was produced by the United States Mint during a time when the United States was experiencing economic growth and modernization during the late 1920s. That decade, often referred to as the Roaring Twenties, was marked by industrial expansion, cultural change, and increasing consumer activity. Coins such as the 1927 quarter dollar circulated widely in everyday commerce, helping facilitate trade, purchases, and economic transactions across the country. The obverse, or front side, of the 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter features a striking and symbolic image of Lady Liberty standing between two large gateway pillars. Liberty faces forward while holding a shield in her left hand and extending an olive branch in her right hand. The shield represents the nation's readiness to defend freedom, while the olive branch symbolizes peace and diplomacy. This powerful combination reflects the national values of strength and peace that were particularly meaningful after the end of World War I. Above Liberty's head appears the word liberty, while the national motto, "In God We Trust," is positioned to the right side of the design. The year 1927 appears at the bottom of the coin. The reverse side of the coin displays one of the most elegant eagle designs ever used on American coinage. The eagle is shown flying gracefully across the surface of the coin with its wings extended, symbolizing freedom, strength, and the spirit of independence. Above the eagle appears the Latin phrase "e pluribus unum," meaning out of many, one. This phrase represents the unity of the American nation, formed from many individual states and diverse peoples. Around the outer edge of the reverse side are the words United States of America and quarter dollar. These inscriptions clearly identify the coin as an official piece of United States currency. The 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter was produced at two different United States Mint facilities. Coins without a mint mark were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, while coins bearing the letter S were produced at the San Francisco Mint. The mint mark, when present, appears on the reverse side of the coin beneath the eagle. Each mint facility produced coins to meet the demand for currency in different regions of the country. The number of coins struck varied depending on economic needs and circulation requirements. Like most United States silver coins produced during that era, the 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter was made from 90% silver and 10% copper. This composition allowed the coin to remain durable while still containing a significant amount of precious metal. The coin weighs approximately 6.25 grams and has a diameter of about 24.3 millimeters. The edge of the coin features a reeded design consisting of small grooves around the rim. Reeded edges were originally introduced to prevent people from shaving off small amounts of silver from coins, which was a problem in earlier centuries when coins were made from valuable metals. The mintage figures for the 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter differ depending on the mint. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 11 million coins, making it the more common version. The San Francisco Mint produced fewer coins, which means that the 1927's version is significantly rarer and more valuable to collectors. Because many coins circulated heavily for decades, finding well-preserved examples today can be challenging. Coins that survived with strong details and minimal wear are especially prized by collectors. One of the well-known issues with the Standing Liberty Quarter series is that the date on the coin tends to wear away easily. This happened because the date was located on a raised part of the design that was exposed to friction during circulation. As a result, many coins lost their visible date after years of use. Collectors today often search for examples where the date remains clear and readable. Coins with a full, strong date are generally much more valuable than those with worn or missing dates. Coin collectors determine the quality and value of coins using a grading system that ranges from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. A coin graded poor will show heavy wear with very little detail remaining. Coins graded fine, F, or very fine, VF, still display recognizable design features but may have noticeable wear on Liberty's body and the eagle's feathers. Higher grades such as extremely fine, XF, and about uncirculated, AU, indicate coins with minimal wear and strong design elements. The most valuable examples are coins graded mint state, which means they were never circulated and still retain their original mint luster. The value of a 1927 standing Liberty Quarter can vary greatly depending on its condition and mint mark. A heavily worn coin may only be worth a modest premium above its silver content. However, coins in better condition can be worth significantly more. High-grade coins with sharp details, clear dates, and original mint surfaces may sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the collector market. Rare examples with exceptional preservation can sometimes achieve even higher prices at coin auctions. The Standing Liberty Quarter series itself represents a major shift in American coin design during the early 20th century. Earlier coins designed by Charles E. Barber were considered somewhat conservative in style. In the early 1900s, however, there was a movement to improve the artistic quality of American coins. This effort resulted in several beautiful new coin designs, including the Standing Liberty Quarter, which many collectors consider one of the most elegant coins ever produced by the United States Mint. The Standing Liberty Quarter continued to be produced until 1930. A few years later, in 1932, the design was replaced by the Washington Quarter, which features a portrait of George Washington. The Washington Quarter was introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth and remains in circulation today. Despite being replaced, the Standing Liberty Quarter remains one of the most beloved coin designs in the history of United States coinage. Today, the 1927 Standing Liberty Quarter is appreciated not only for its silver content but also for its historical and artistic significance.